I can't go through another heartbreak. I can't sit there and watch another diabolical performance when the game matters the most. This game can decide a lot of things. How will we bounce back? Will this bloody guy finally start a team that actually wants to play football and not pass sideways and be greedy? Evening, Arsenal fans. It's a big game we got on Saturday versus Southampton. Big pressure. Another must win. Arsenal versus Southampton. And today we're going to be talking about my full prediction, the scoreline, and some of the issues we've been having in our recent games and how we need to overcome them. Arsenal versus Southampton, FA Cup tie. Now, we are the most decorated team in the Premier League when it comes to FA Cups, yes. But we haven't touched it since 2020. I mean, I don't know about you, but I definitely had less grey hairs then than I do now. So, yeah, we're not the best team right now when it comes to FA Cups because some notable mentions. I lifted the FA Cup. Man United with Eric Ten Hag. That just says a lot on its own. Yeah, we need this FA Cup, is what I'm trying to say. But we're going to go to a few things before that. And we're going to talk about what our lineup's going to look like. And also, how we need to bloody make sure we're not doing the same habits as our previous matches. The good thing is, international break is over. I'm not going to lie, I absolutely hate international break. But well done to teams that are qualifying for the World Cup. You can see that a lot of people are faking their injuries to come back to the Prem. Hincapié, Saliba. Also, I don't know if they're faking. Hopefully they are, because obviously we don't want an injured squad. But there's a lot of players that are doing their, recalls back to their clubs in preparation for the last few games of the season. And why not? Now, Southampton away is not... I want to say it's going to be a tricky game because they're a better team than us. It's Arsenal doing things to themselves which they can avoid, like a loss. Yeah? Now, this game's a must-win because our last game in the league was obviously a cup tie with Man City, and it just shows Arsenal how they will bounce back. Now, if we lose, I'll be honest with you, we're not going to be happy, and we can't accept that. Because if we lose this game on Saturday, then how do you know you're going to win the next Premier League games to lift the title? Now, I'll tell you what, Man City, after winning the Carabao Cup, they've got ice in their veins. We don't. We just don't look like, right now, after the last win, that we're going to win anything. Because we had the opportunity to grab a trophy, and we didn't do it. The FA Cup is our trophy. Yes, we've had quite a few before Arsene Wenger retired. And then we got one with Mikel Arteta. But we haven't touched the FA Cup in 6 years. That's a long time. So my confidence for this Arsenal team is obviously greater than the previous seasons. But we cannot forget the whooping we got against Manchester City. I think when I'm looking at the transfer market, I think it's clear to see that we definitely need some new players. Not because the squad depth is bad, but because I think we need a breath of fresh air in certain positions, especially when it comes to creativity of Arsenal. Arsenal need to approach this game like they're playing Man City again in the final in a rematch. You got to go out there guns blazing. That's the only way you're going to win. Because Arteta's way in that Carabao Cup was just... it was dreadful to watch. He was playing like we've got two legs for this final. We don't. Man City are like, all right, cool. You don't want to come and attack us? That's fine, mate. We'll take it to your end. And they bagged 2 goals. Scrappy fashion, yeah. But at the end of the day, scrappy or not, like I've always said with our team, a win's a win. The whole season we've been on top, almost. We have drop points. Man City drop points. We pick up points. Man City picked up points. But we need to walk away with many trophies as we can this season. My main goal is the Prem. But I just don't like this. I don't know if Arteta's trying to do this. And if he is, I don't agree with it. Is get out some of the cups so we can focus on one cup. No. Why can't we do multiple cups? Why can't we win 2? Obviously, we can't do a quadruple now. That's not the question. But I definitely want us to win the Premier League, of course. And I want us to walk away with, a domestic cup, at least. with it. Because that'll be a very, very successful season. You know, imagine winning the FA Cup and you got the Prem. Who's going to chat to us? No one could chat to us. That's the truth. But Arsenal need to approach this game ready to go to war. Southampton are ready. They're a championship team now, but they want to come out and win. 100%. And we shouldn't take teams lightly, even if they are championship teams. I don't feel like Southampton are a team that are trash. I thought they had poor management, but they got relegated. And at the end of the day, they're in the quarters just like us. So it just goes to show that they've been playing good football to get up to this point. So you definitely don't want to take it lightly. Interestingly as well, you know, there's another slight issue with Bukayo Saka. Since he signed that contract, this guy, I don't know what's happened to him. And I think it's the 300k a week curse. Because you know what I'm going to bring up? This guy here. Yeah. Aubameyang. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit and say he didn't deserve the 300k. I'm just saying there's a curse with it. Yeah? Now, remember, Aubameyang was once upon a time top Premier League scorer. Saka, not top scorer in the league, but very impactful in the league, yeah? England starter, whatnot. And obviously, he's homegrown. You want to keep that around, yeah? Hence why you earn the 300k. But I swear, as soon as these players dot that bloody pen on the paper, yeah? It's like they're playing Sunday League. I don't know what it is. And I feel for some players in the team that have to suffer because of players like Saka. Like our striker, Gyökeres. But the guy was getting bare service in the Sweden international game. I watched it and he was firing. He looked like the Sporting Lisbon Gyökeres. Now, Gyökeres has shown some flashes of brilliance. But I'm telling you, if this guy was getting proper service from the wingers as well, like their balls crossed in, like he was getting in the Sweden game, this guy can easily bag 20 goals a season. He's already almost there, but he could have got 20 goals earlier on. I'm not saying he's going to score 50, but I'm telling you, this guy, he's suffering because of people like Saka and Trossard. And the thing is, why we're heavily reliant on Saka is because, mate, you just got a 300k contract. You've been balling out all these years. So you'd think, to give you some help up front, you're going to do the supply and demand. But no, you're not supplying, you're just demanding. Like that game against City, and I think it's a few games, Saka's just been, I've been saying it for a while actually, Saka's been greedy, just don't want to feed Gyökeres. It's like he's got an agenda against him and Trossard. They don't want to pass to him. I'm seeing centre-backs and centre-mids passing to Gyökeres, but our wingers that are working with him to get the goal are like, so mate, you're invisible. Like this is the kind of stuff that lets us down as a team. Saka, I'm not saying I want you to leave the club. You're probably not going to watch this ever. But mate, not happy with you at all when it comes to performances. And I don't know, the thing is as well, I don't know if it's deliberate because it's the game plan by Arteta, but if it is, it needs to change. Gyökeres isn't there to draw people away all the time. Like, he needs to actually have some opportunities to score. And a striker can't create his own opportunities all the time. Like Lewandowski don't create his own opportunities. Harry Kane don't always create his own opportunities. Like, there'll be a moment of brilliance here and there, but he's getting service, mate. Yeah, he's going to Quick Fit, getting bare MOTs, getting bare services. Us lot, we're not giving no service. We're shot, bank holiday, that's what we're acting like. Lack of goals means you're not going to win. And there was a point in time, I remember in the season where we won like 2 games without an Arsenal player scoring, but we were relying on own goals. And that type of luck doesn't come every single year. Okay, we might be lucky this year, and obviously it's paid off a little bit to help us get towards that title, but you can't be relying on that. We scored the most goals from open play. I hear it. But I'm saying, the most goals from open play in the Prem, the numbers can be way larger than what it is now. If the guys just do their job. Arsenal basically, what they need to do is they need to go out there and go on attack. They need to flood this Southampton team in their own box and score goals. Just score, man. I'm sick and tired of this Arsenal team just doing left, right, left, right, left, right, good night. That's it. That's all this team does because there's nothing up front creativity-wise. I got Saka being greedy. He's trying to have pops at goalkeeper from weird angles. His goal against Brighton, lucky, was a deflection. I'm not saying don't have a pop and test a keeper, but when you got an opportunity to square it to your striker or pass your striker who is there to lash some goals in, he's got a better foot than you because he's been playing striker his whole life. I'm telling you, he needs the service in order to get his numbers up. I don't know if it's Saka or Trossard got a clause in their contract. Don't pass with Gyökeres or you need to score a certain amount of goals to get a bonus. But whatever they're doing, mate, they need to fix up. And I don't want to make this video about me complaining. I know it sounds like that, but I don't blame myself because we're not in a good position right now. Moving forward and being optimistic that we can win a trophy this season because it's come off the back of an L in our first cup final in 6 years. We definitely need to win on Saturday. I'm telling you, those types of wins will propel you for the next games as well. Now, obviously, we've got Bournemouth coming up. We've got Sporting Lisbon coming up. We've got City. We got to go out there and ball against all these teams now. Now it's crunch time. Now, what, 7 games left? And then Prem's done, man. FA Cup as well. Champions League. We need to do it all. Take 2 home at least. That's what we need. So let me go through the team sheet. Team sheet is... Please, for the love of God, don't put Kepa in goal. David Raya, right back. I'm going to assume Timber's not well. Not that he's got a flu, but I'm saying his injury. So Ben White, right back. 2 centre backs, Gabriel, Saliba. I think we already know where we're going with this one. Left back, let's go with Kala. I think Capier needs to take a chill pill. Centre mids, let's do, because it's a cup game, let's do Norgard. Let's do a little Deckers. Let's try it out a little bit. On the right, there's always time for redemption. Saka, you're going to go there, mate. Number 10, Eze. Hopefully, he's not... I mean, he's looked like he's out for a while. So, yeah. All right, if it's not Eze, Havertz. We'll put Havertz in there. Martinelli on the left. And then up front, Yokkers. So, I think that's a solid team. And we need to go out there and do the job, boys. Yeah? What's my score prediction? Let's go for 2-0. Because we're playing away. 2-0 Arsenal against Southampton. I think that's a very logical scoreline. Who the goal scorer is going to be? Glock 14. And I'm hoping it's an assist by Saka. And I'm going to say Declan Rice. So Glock 14 and Declan Rice for the win. But yeah, if we stay up to this point, make sure you check out my video at the end of this, where I'm talking about Kvaratskhelia. Could be potentially coming to Arsenal in the summer. So yeah, you might want to check that out. Also, I did a vlog for the Carabao Cup. If you haven't seen it already, I'll see you for the watch along on Saturday.